Trump and Trump allies have historically been anti-tech.
I think big tech has made a terrible mistake and very, very bad for our country.
What changed? How did we go from this?
I'm filing a major class action lawsuit against the big tech giants, including Facebook, Google, and Twitter,
to this?
This is definitely a high IQ group. They're leading a revolution in business and in genius.
Well, we can't say for sure, but I'm guessing all of these donations didn't hurt. And the switch up on big tech, it's just scratching the surface. What you're looking at now is the biggest inaugural fund in the history of the United States. Because there are almost no rules regulating inauguration funds, no laws saying what the funds have to be spent on, no limits on how much can be donated or who can even donate. And as a result, inauguration funds have become a major tool for corporate interests to buy influence in our government. So of course, big tech companies weren't the only ones throwing their hats in the ring. Next up, big oil, ConocoPhillips and Chevron. On the first day of the new administration, Trump signed an order to expand drilling on federal land in Alaska. Then they passed the One Big Beautiful Bill, which had $18 billion in tax breaks and incentives for big oil. Then in July, they reversed their own ban and decided that Chevron should definitely be allowed to operate in Venezuela. And I'm sure the $2 million donation had nothing to do with it. Nvidia got in on the action with $1 million donation. And what did they get? Permission. The government had previously banned Nvidia from selling their most advanced AI chips to China on the grounds that China would be using them for the military. Not the case anymore. AI chips can be sold to China again, although Nvidia does have to share 15% of the revenue with the US government. Just like with Apple, tariffs seem to only apply to people who lack direct access to the president. Boeing made a contribution after having a very bad couple of years. You might remember a few years ago their planes were literally falling out of the sky. Hundreds of people died. Seems like the kind of thing that there might be a trial over. But in May, the Department of Justice made a deal with Boeing to not prosecute them for crimes over the 737 crashes, as long as Boeing paid about $1.1 billion in fines. Sounds like a lot of money until you learn that Boeing had just won a contract for $50 billion with the Department of Defense to build new F-47 fighter jets. And maybe the worst part of all of these donors are the ones that we don't know anything about. The shell companies, political action committees, and the fake nonprofits that were made to hide who the real donors are. Americans for Pharma Reform, Election Freedom Inc., Axe Capital. All untraceable dark money. We'll probably never know who they were or what influence they bought. To me, this looks a lot like a system of patronage. A government that operates on fealty, bribes, personal favors, and insider access. The inaugural fund was just one move in the playbook. A move that recenters corporate power at your expense.